A very good morning to my dear students. From today we are going to start new syllabus or the second term syllabus which I am going to teach you. So today we will start lesson 4, Adaptations in Animals. So children, before I start this lesson, I would like to discuss exactly what is adaptations or what exactly does it mean. So here if you go to page number 45, you will see very nicely the meaning of adaptation is given here. Adaptations, changes animals make in their body structure or food habits and behavior in order to survive in their environment. So basically the animals, they change or they modify themselves. Either it can be in their bodies or it can be in their behavior to live in that surrounding. So let's read line by line and see how we go about it. So the environment in which an animal lives is called its habitat. So animals, they live in jungles, so that is their habitat. Like we human beings, we live in houses. So it is same for the animals also. You can see animals in every kind of habitat. In the deep seas, in the mountains, in the icy polar regions, and the hot and dry deserts. So we can see animals everywhere. There is no place without animals. But how do animals survive in their environment? We ask this question. Why do animals or how do animals they live in such conditions, in water, in mountains? In order to survive in their environment, animals often have to make changes in their body, structure, food habits and behavior. This is called adaptation. Those animals that can adapt themselves alone can survive. Those that don't disappear. That means if any animal who is not able to adapt itself in the surroundings or with the environment, that animal will die and it will disappear from this earth. And the animals, those who adapt themselves, will survive only. Look at these animals, where do they live? So nicely, very nicely it has given here. See all the animals, how and where they are living. See? Alright. Moving on to the next subheading, adaptations to habitat. An animal may live on land, water or air depending on the habitat. The animal has special feature to enable it to survive in it. Now terrestrial animals. Now terrestrial animals means the land animals, the animals that live on land. Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. These animals have features suitable for life on land. They have strong legs that are suitable for walking on the land. Their legs also help them to catch their prey and protect themselves from their enemies. So, they have very strong legs to protect themselves from their enemies, also to catch their prey or the other animals, small animals whom they catch and eat. Lungs are the breathing organs in land animals. The sense organs in these animals are well developed. They help the animals know their surroundings. However, the conditions on land also vary. It is extremely cold in the polar regions and in the mountains. you can find animals like the mountain goat, the yak, and the polar bear living in such cold places. How do they adapt to such cold conditions? Alright, so the land animals, they also live in different places in the sense the land also varies. Some places it is very hot, some places it is very cold, like polar regions. Look at these animals, you will understand. These animals, they live on land, and these animals, if you can see this mountain goat, yak, and polar bear, these animals live on the polar regions. Okay, please turn your page. Now, the polar bear and the yak have thick fur on their bodies. It protects them from the cold. Some animals like seals, penguins, and walrus have a thick layer of fat called blubber under their skin to keep the body warm. This helps them live in the freezing cold weather. So as you can see, these animals have adapted. What adaptation they have in their bodies? So they have thick fur on their bodies to protect them from the cold, like we wear sweaters during the winters. Now we have birds also. Birds that live here survive the cold winter months by moving to warmer places. This is called migration. They return to their homes once the winter is gone. So the birds, they fly out of that region when it is very cold, and once the cold is over, they come back to that place again. Other animals like frogs, snakes, and bears sleep or remain inactive during winter months. This winter sleep is called hibernation. So these animals, if you can see frog, bear, or the snake here, they hibernate or they sleep for months until the winter goes away. Now let us learn about animals living in deserts. Deserts are very hot and dry. The camel is an example of an animal best adapted to the conditions in a desert. It has broad padded feet that help it to walk on sand. The camel also stores water and fat in its hump. This is the adaptation that the camel has made. It stores water and fat in its hump, so it can go without food and water for many days. A camel has long, thick eyelashes that protect it from sand during a sandstorm. A camel can close its nose during a sandstorm. All desert animals have little hair on their bodies. This is to prevent loss of water and their bodies. Some animals in deserts have a long sleep in the hot summer months because there is little or no water. This summer sleep is called estivation. So some animals sleep during summers also to avoid the heat, and that is called estivation. Alright, thank you so much children for today. We will study only this much. Please read the lesson till here, till estivation today. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you.